I always thought the stories about our school being haunted were just rumors. You know, the kind of tales that get passed down from class to class, exaggerated each time until they're nothing more than urban legends. But last year, during one of our school lockdowns, I found out just how real those stories were. It was a normal day in history class when the announcement came over the intercom. This is a lockdown. Teachers, please secure your classrooms. We all knew the drill. Lights off, doors locked, and everyone out of sight. But something felt different that day. The air felt heavy, like something was waiting. Our teacher, Mr. Hopkins, quickly locked the door and motioned for us to get under our desks. I was closest to the door, and that's when I heard it, the faint jingle of keys. At first, I thought it was the janitor, but it didn't make sense. The school was supposed to be in lockdown, and nobody was supposed to be in the halls. The sound grew louder, and then I heard footsteps. Slow, deliberate footsteps, echoing down the hallway. I could feel my heart pounding in my chest. The footsteps stopped right outside our classroom. I held my breath as the doorknob slowly started to turn. But the door was locked, and the person, or whatever it was, moved on. We all stayed perfectly still, listening as the footsteps and jingling keys continued down the hall. Then, the footsteps stopped again, but this time, I heard a soft whispering, like someone was talking just outside the door. I couldn't make out the words, but it sounded like a conversation between two people. After what felt like an eternity, the footsteps started again, this time moving away from our room. Mr. Hopkins must have heard it too, because he motioned for us to stay silent. We all sat there, listening to the eerie sound of keys jingling and footsteps fading away. When the lockdown was finally lifted, we all hurried out of the classroom. Mr. Hopkins and I were the last ones out. Just as we stepped into the hallway, we saw the janitor, Mr. Grayson, standing there, looking as pale as a ghost. He was holding his keys, but the look on his face told me he wasn't the one who had been walking down the hall during the lockdown. Later, I found out that Mr. Grayson had been in the basement the whole time, trying to fix a broken pipe. No one else had access to those keys except for him. But the scariest part? The security cameras never showed anyone in the hallway during the lockdown. Whoever or whatever had been outside our door wasn't caught on tape.